Hello, and thank you for joining me for this week's episode of the Confidence Column. As we are approaching the new year, I'm getting an influx of questions around how to have more confidence in your body image, and so I wanted to answer a question that I received this week. The question is, how can I be more confident around my partner when he's 100 pounds thinner than me? When I see couples being all PDAish and being such different sizes and ethnicities, it makes me feel weird because I don't have that in my relationship, so I lose my confidence. Also, how do you have intimacy when you're a larger person with a smaller person? We don't have that at all, and it also kills my confidence. So this is a great question because I feel like when it comes to gendered relationships, we have this conditioning that is, men should be bigger than their women and women should be smaller than their men. I think that we've seen this reflected the other way around too. Women on dating apps and things who will put straight up in their profile, I do not want to date anybody that is this size or shorter, right? Because we have been conditioned to believe that, like, as a woman, we should be smaller than our partners. But I just want to stop for a second and say that love doesn't find you based on your body type, right? It doesn't like fit into you because you're like, oh, you're this size and your partner's this size. No. How you feel in your relationship is way more important than how you look standing next to your partner, because love and support and appreciation, those things come from your mind and your heart, not your body size, right? So making sure that when you're in a relationship, you are receiving love and support and appreciation based on how you show up versus how you look standing next to the person. So the confidence crusher that I'm seeing here is comparison. And when you are starting to look outside of what you have in your relationship, when you're looking around at what other people are doing, you can say, like, they look really great over there, so they must have a really good relationship. And I don't have that in mine, so I have a really bad relationship, right? But first of all, you never know what's going on in somebody else's relationship. You could look at a couple that looks so picturesque, and they could be in the middle of a fiery shitstorm that they slapped a date night on, all their reoccurring problems, and it's really not working out. But you saw them in this little blip where they were sharing ice cream or something and thought, they must have the most amazing relationship, right? You never know. So if you are in a place where in your relationship you are doing that, looking outside of yourself, comparing yourself to other people, I recommend turning that back in, right? Because those people over there are not living in your relationship. They can't help your relationship. They can't fix your relationship. You and your partner in your relationship can do that, right? So bring it back, bring that focus and that vision back into what's going on with you, right? And see, what is it that you would like to have change? What would your partner like to have change? How would you like to change the energy in your own relationship? Because that is something that other people can't help you do, right? So first and foremost, when it comes to you and how you can be confident, we want to start with your mindset. And I know that when it comes to confidence building, having confidence, mindset is always the first part. Because it's really important that what you're saying to yourself and what you're believing about yourself, your body, and your relationship align with what it is that you want, right? So let's say you are in a relationship and you are, I love being in this relationship. I love this person. I like my body the way that it am. I would like X, Y, and Z more out of my relationship and with my partner, right? And so now if you're in a relationship where you don't like the relationship you're in or the person you're in it with, or you don't really like your body the way that it is right now, that's like all the different topics for all the different conversations. But for this one particularly, I'm going to assume that you do. I'm going to assume that you love your relationship and that you like your body the way it is, but you're a little bit worried about that social standard that you should be smaller than your partner, okay? So first is starting off with, so this is how you have more confidence around being larger than your partner. And the first one is really identifying what are the feelings that you're having that are making you worry about it in the first place, right? There are emotions attached to the experience that you're having. So when you can pinpoint those emotions, you can begin to work with them, work to get over them, right? So maybe you're feeling fear of judgment. Are you feeling fear of being judged by your partner? Are you having fear of being judged by other people, like when other people see you out together and what they may be thinking? Are you feeling as if you're unworthy of love or intimacy because you're not fitting into this conditioned, standard, gendered role? And once you've identified those things, then you can ask yourself, is this something that I want to be true for myself, or am I just believing it because I'm supposed to believe it, right? How do you release the emotions that came up and remove the tie that they have to your personal relationship, right? So you can release judgment. You know, there's all different types of techniques that you can use to release judgment. I'm not going to go into them too deep because I was hoping that this video would be short. But learning to release judgment, learning to say, I don't care what anybody else thinks about me and my relationship because my partner and I are happy together and they're not living here. I'm living here. And if we're cool with this, then it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks, right? Knowing that you are worthy of love and support and appreciation and partnership no matter what your body looks like. And I just want to pause again and say that you don't need to be anything to be worthy of love and intimacy, right? I don't know if y'all have seen, I actually posted it on our Instagram and Facebook page today. It's that t-shirt that says, women do not have to, and it's like, be thin, wear makeup, have long hair, like all these things that we are supposed to be in order to be worthy of attraction or affection or love. And you don't need to be any of those things. And it's about getting in the mindset of understanding that you are worthy of all that stuff without fitting into what people are telling you need to be, right? So, being in a place, being with a partner that doesn't make you feel like you have to fit into this box or this standard in order to receive their love. And if you're with someone who does that to you, run. I'm no relationship expert, but no one should ever make you feel like you have to be a certain thing in order to receive or be worthy of love and affection, okay? And then the third part of this is find more body positivity. There's so much body positivity out here, especially on social media. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, tons of body positivity. You can search the hashtag body positivity, right? And begin to turn off the noise, especially the social media noise that doesn't make you feel good about your body because it is whatever it is, right? Whether it's dark skin, bigger frame, long legs, short hair, right? For everything that's making you feel like you're not worthy because you have that, just turn it off, right? It doesn't mean that you can't ever look at it, but I would definitely make sure that it's not a part of your regular feed, and instead start infiltrating more body positivity, more self-love, self-acceptance, and just begin to get into that mindset, see it every day, so that when you're with your partner, you understand that it's not about what I look like, it's about what I feel right now, and right now I feel really good. So at the end of the day, all of this is how you perceive yourself, right? I know that you have seen larger women who are shy or ashamed, or they try to hide themselves on camera, but you have also seen those large women who are bright, loud, proud, happy as fuck. They are this is who I am, and yes, 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 right? So it's all about what you decide to have for yourself. Now that may take a little bit more conditioning. Like I said, getting that body positivity, making sure that you're in a relationship with a partner that doesn't make you feel unworthy because of the way that you look. But it all starts with you. And if you have a quality partner, that partner will sit down with you and they'll talk with you about it. If your partner makes you feel bad about the way that you are when you are happy with the way that you are, might be time for a new relationship. But like I said, I'm not a relationship expert, so I try not to give relationship advice. But one of the sweetest lessons that I ever learned, and this lesson actually came from my best friend in high school when I had a boyfriend that was really being mean to me for the way that I looked, mostly around my hair. And he sat me down on the curb outside of my house as I was crying, and he just said, Relationships are meant to uplift you. It's meant to be two people who are learning how to uplift each other, to make each other better. So why would you be in a relationship with someone that constantly made you feel like crap for being who you are? So I know that sometimes that little bit of advice can be hard when you're in long-term relationships, committed relationships, marriages, parenting relationships, right? But at the end of the day, if you're not feeling good, then that may be something to reevaluate. Always come back to this idea of, if you're having a thought that's bringing you down, that's crushing your confidence, that says, I cannot be confident because I'm larger than my partner. You can ask yourself, is this something that I want to be true for myself, or is this a story that I'm perpetuating, right? You can choose to not perpetuate that story and pick a different one and pick to be confident in yourself, or make the changes that you're looking to have so that you can really believe the truth of that confidence. But always come back to asking yourself if that needs to be true or if it can be something else. And always, I want to encourage you to always choose the most confident you. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Confidence Column. I hope you found that helpful. I will be back next week with more questions and more advice.